What can we learn from the life of Mary Magdalene? Mary Magdalene, she was the main figure among the women who followed Jesus, and it is clear she loved Jesus very much. The Bible tells us little about her life, and that has been used as a starting point for all kinds of legends. What can we learn from her life? Watch this video to find out. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos about inspiring men and women from the Bible whose lives contain spiritual lessons for you today. Mary Magdalene is mentioned 12 times in the New Testament, but very little is known about her. She is named Magdalene to distinguish her from other women, since Mary was a very common name at the time. The addition to her personal name probably indicates that she was from Magdala, a village on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee in the north of Israel. And the Gospels make clear that this Mary was a contemporary of Jesus, so living in the 1st century AD. The Gospel of Luke mentions that Jesus cleansed Mary of 7 demons. That must have changed her life drastically. She was among the group of women who followed Jesus and cared for him. She was at the cross when Jesus died and watched when Jesus was buried. On the first day of the week, she hurried to anoint Jesus's body. But as his body was missing from the tomb, she stood there weeping and was the first person to see Jesus alive after his resurrection. She was also given the responsibility of going to the disciples with the good news that Jesus had risen from the dead. Tradition has characterized Mary Magdalene as a prostitute because of the teaching of Pope Gregory I in 591 AD. This is based on the belief that the unnamed woman in Luke 7, who anointed Jesus's feet, and who is named Mary in the similar account in John, was a prostitute, because in the version given by Luke, Simon calls her a sinner. This has led some to believe that this meant that Mary was a prostitute. Additionally, given that Jesus healed Mary Magdalene of 7 demons, it is also assumed that before meeting Jesus, she must have had a wayward life. Calling Mary Magdalene a prostitute is now believed to be unfounded, and an unfair judgment on someone who proved to be more of a friend to Jesus in his hour of need than his closest disciples. Though, of course, Jesus accepted people of all kinds of backgrounds into his group of followers, and he would not exclude prostitutes from repenting and starting a new life. There are a lot of other stories about Mary Magdalene that are not based on reliable historical sources. Some claim she was a visionary and a leader of the early church. Others say she had a very close personal relationship to Jesus and even was married to him, but the Bible does not give any cause to believe these stories, which have no historical basis at all. The life of Mary Magdalene contains some lessons for us. 1. Jesus saves. Mary Magdalene is an example of Jesus' saving power. Being possessed by 7 demons seems an ultimately hopeless situation, but Jesus cleansed her. 2. Women count. In Jesus' days, most people taught that women were inferior to men and were no reliable witnesses. By making Mary Magdalene and other women the first witnesses of the resurrection, Jesus clearly disagrees with this view. 3. We should love Jesus. The gospel accounts make clear that Mary deeply loved Jesus. She followed him, even in the dark moments of his crucifixion. He was of life importance to her. That raises the question, how is your relationship with Jesus? Do you love him deeply as well?